Hey, it's Dennis from Foster's Yacht Services, and you're watching Fridays at Foster's. Yay!
Hey folks, welcome back to Fridays at Foster's. This is a very special week. We introduce Dennis's grandson, Aiden. Welcome to the world, Aiden. Congratulations, Christy, for having a beautiful baby boy, and congratulations to Grandpa Dennis. Now, with that being said, let's get rolling to this week. So, since Dennis is a little busy with the new grandson, I'm going to be walking you to the yard for this week. Let's start off with a couple bottom jobs. Now, here we have a pretty simple bottom. We've actually just lightly sanded the whole bottom. We had a few blister repairs, which I'm sure we've already explained in a few episodes. As you can see on this side, they're not actually done sanding yet. While they're sanding this side, we're going ahead and we're fixing all the blister repairs that we have to. So that when we're done sanding the boat, it's a matter of applying bottom paint. We've actually removed all the old prop speed, and we're getting ready to apply new prop speed. So once the bottom paint is sanded, we'll go ahead and we'll come back, we'll clean everything off, we'll acid wash it, and then we'll start our process of prop speeding the metal surfaces. So on this one, the owner's called me. He wants me to quote on recoating the bottom paint. Now here, a lot of his bottom paint is actually flaked off. So what we're gonna actually estimate is to remove all the bottom paint down to the primer, maybe apply one more coat of primer, then go ahead with the 2 coats of bottom paint. But when you're coating a boat like this for bottom paint, you wanna go through the whole boat and look at all the paint peeling, if there's any blisters. Like on the other side, there's actually a couple of blisters that are huge. So you want to take all that into consideration so you can give them an accurate quote and don't have to come back and re-quote again. It'll be interesting to see if we get this job because there's actually 3 other companies bidding on the same process. So we'll see. Man, I love it. I'm looking forward to a lot of work, a lot of progress, and a lot of good footage. I can't wait. Well, towards the beginning of the year, you know, a little slower than normal. A lot of people are using their boats. People use their boats during the summer, the 2 summer months. But this year's been reversed, you know. We've actually been extremely busy. So I want to show you another bottom job we just completed. Protecting Spectra, we've actually sanded it down. We gave it 2 coats of Boero. It's a special bottom paint that he requested. And as you can see, it came out immaculate. Plus, we also have another job on the inside of the vessel. Let's go take a look. So over here we had to remove a nice piece of framework with some decking and all that, and some pumps, a water maker, a bunch of other equipment that you're going to see right here in the centerline bilge. Our contractor friend here could gain access to the alternator to change the alternator. They just put it in the darndest places.
Well, hey down there. Hey. Kind of
Tight spaces.
Really open office you got here.
So I'm not going to actually take you in there because it's a clean area. Brandon's going to zoom in here in a couple of minutes and show you. We've actually cleaned the whole house, washed it all down, wiped it down with alcohol rags. Then we built a tent around the entire house. Then we're going to clean again. We want to make sure we get 100% clean environment before we shoot our paint and clear coat. So if you could just zoom into this area, you're going to see the nice closed enclosure.
Tú llegaste aquí a mediodía y es bastante o no es bastante.
Stop crying.
Sí, no, sí.
Cry, baby.
Sixto, what's going on here? In the English version.
Huh?
A bunch of crybabies. They're crybabies.
It's not crying babies. It's you know, it's whiny babies.
They're not here for free. They're getting paid. Just get the job done.
$1 million you paid me.
This sailboat came to us with a little bit of lightning damage. So we've changed all the gear on the mast. The mast was inspected. It passed with flying colors. So we changed all the gear. Now we got hired to actually sand and redo the bottom paint. And as you can see, it does have a few issues where it's rusting on the bottom. So those we're going to sand down, reprime, and paint. And we'll go back to original bottom paint. Plus we also got a couple of through holes and a whole bunch of electronics indoors, which I'm not going to get into because it's just a lot. Something I did want to point out on this sailboat, as we were getting ready to do the bottom job, we did notice it has a little fiberglass damage on the rudder. So as you can see, I've actually pointed this out to the owner. You can see it on this side as well. So we're actually going to drop the rudder, repair the fiberglass, reinstall the rudder, then we'll sand it, primer paint. If we don't fix this fiberglass damage, water impregnates the rudder and it will eventually cause delamination of the fiberglass to the inner core or whatever it has inside of this. So it's a very big deal. You don't want to leave it like that.
I'm a grandfather now, so things are slow. My back, man. I'm getting too old for this shit. Just kidding. I'm Dennis Foster, Foster's Yacht Services. Let's get on with our week. So if you had our boat here before, this is Problem Solver. If you remember, we stripped everything. We put it all back together and put all new primer, repaired the blisters. Now we got the anti-fouling paint on here. And this is scheduled to go in the water at 9 o'clock tomorrow, now that we're finished and everything. But when everybody's off the boat, that's when I sneak over here and I do my final check before this goes in the water. So follow me, we'll check it out. If you remember before, we had big divots here and we had problems I didn't like. The sander got away. And if you look right there, man, it's all flat and nice now, and I had them recoated, so that's all taken care of. We finally talked the owners into doing prop speed on their props and shafts instead of sticking in the water with no coatings on stainless steel shafts and bronze props. If you come over here, you can see all the blisters were done, all new zincs are changed on it, and she's ready to go back in the water. And now that I'm looking at her, and I really got a chance to see everything, and I look down the side, I'm pretty happy what the guys did. They really had some problems, but having problems is inevitable. Fixing them and finding solutions and making sure they're done on time and on schedule for our customers is a whole nother project.
So we're here with the owner of Vetted. We're gonna walk him through, show him all our progress, then we'll walk inside and show him the progress on the inside. So how about we show him the progress outside first? So did you remember when you came
I got
in?
the pictures. I had left that morning, actually. I flew out that morning.
Does it look a little different?
It's just sad. The whole thing is sad.
The inside too?
Yep.
Okay, because Dennis was kind of talking about maybe that it didn't,
The only
that they
thing-
weren't releasing them or something.
No, and then they did. They finally gave us everything, all the cabinetry in the inside, everything. I mean,
Okay.
they gave me so many drawings, I could actually build a boat from scratch.
Okay.
Every single
Forever.
pad is where it
The
belongs.
problem with this light though,
Incredible.
too, is
Now comes the tough part of redoing the non-skid.
Right.
So far, it's starting to look like a boat again.
Oh yeah, yeah. Did you see pictures of the front of it at the beginning?
Yeah, no, I videoed it.
Oh,
when it
for the
came in
video.
and everything. We flew a drone through the front of your boat, if that makes you feel any better.
Really? How about the AC and that was up here?
Yeah, that goes right in here. I have it all in the pod. I'll show you now.
Yeah, is it still
The
livable?
AC actually was fine. What got damaged was pretty much from here forward.
Okay. Yeah, and then off to that side.
That side was
And
only,
you have all the other
as you
things,
can
like
see,
that other horn goes in there.
that
and-
side was only up to that line.
Mhm.
As you can see, this side came back a little
Yeah.
further. So we had to get a new window. As you can see, we're remaking all the cabinets again now.
Yeah, across there.
Because what happened is, even though the damage was up there, you see where the green and the red is?
Yes.
Green is new.
Okay.
Red is the old. Even though the glass was angled like that, it hit this wood and just it all got crunched.
Yeah, I got the pictures right here.
So that's where we had to cut it. Everything that was damaged, we cut out and removed.
Where does the name Vetted come from?
It's actually quite confusing, I feel, for most people because we live in Washington, D.C. And obviously vetted is more of a political term than anything. But he's a veterinarian. So that's why he called it vetted.
Oh.
I'm Lynn Shutt, and I own the yacht Vetted. I had a terrible head-on collision in that with another yacht off of Fort Lauderdale, 3 miles out in the ocean. And Foster's was hugely recommended to be able to fix the front of my boat that literally was taken off by the other vessel. You know, my expectations were really from the beginning that I really didn't think that the boat would be able to be repaired. They literally have rebuilt the front of this boat by all the specs and that better than it was when it was new.
But as you can see right here, we put everything back together, I would say as per factory, if not better, and it's built with a lot more material and reinforced so that, you know, we just put extra material that was there because it had been damaged before. They said it would be impossible, but not for Foster's.